Hi, my name is Josie. I'm a youth librarian here at the City of West Torrens Hammer Centre Library. Thanks for joining me today for Teen Book Taster. The idea of this program is to help you get a taste of some things that are new in teen fiction, something that you might find of interest and that you can place on hold on the public library catalogue and get a hold notice and delivered to you. Let's have a look at my selections for today. I've got How to Grow a Family Tree by Eliza Henry Jones, Lost Soul Atlas by Zaina Frelian, and Meadowfish Falling Snow by Kath Moore. You ready? Let's have a look. So, How to Grow a Family Tree. It says, heart is where the home is. This is another one of those books where I absolutely love the cover. Just so bright and vibrant and beautiful leaves of the tree there. This one is brought to us by HarperCollins and written by Eliza Henry Jones. So thank you so much for allowing me to review online today. Now Stella is 17. Her world is about to be turned upside down. Her family's in complete dysfunction. Her dad has a gambling habit and they've lost their family home because they just can't keep up with all the debts. So she and her sister are moving to a caravan park called Fairyland. How's the irony in that? Let's have a look. We walk past Fairyland on our way to the river pub. Like swimming in the river, walking past Fairyland is something kids in Southend have been told to avoid. Sagging wire fence, old cabins and caravans with red and pink flowers in pots. A pool with strange coloured water and an old tennis court that grows weeds growing through the cracked surface. My arms are covered in goosebumps. I feel like I'm being watched. Taylor doesn't say anything as she walks by, but I see her shoulders and jaw tense up. There's an arch over the gate, and when it was put up, it would have read Fairyland. The letters have dropped off since then, though. The archway now reads Lad. They say it's not going to be for long, I tell her. I'm more than a head taller than Taylor, but when she's on a mission, I struggle to keep up with her. Unless we stop Dad gambling, we'll be here forever, Stella, Taylor says, powering across the pub car park. You're so dense sometimes. She pauses at the door. Keep your mouth shut, okay? I'll do the talking. Just try to look big and tough. I don't know how tough I'm capable of looking, even with my height. Before I can speak to Taylor, she squared her shoulders and disappeared into the pub. After a moment, where I count quietly to 10 and square my shoulders, I go after her. So this is their story, a great read around poverty, having your hopes and dreams squashed, and what can come of this exploration of your life in this new format. So it's that journey and coming to terms with your own identity in the face of the adversity of a disintegrating family and poverty that ensues from gambling. And Stella has a strong need to help people, so of course she's driven towards trying to fix this situation, and it's the unfolding of her story. That's How to Grow a Family Tree. The next one on my picks this week is The Lost Soul Atlas. Zaina Frelian is a beautiful writer, and this is no exception. If you're a fantasy fan, this is one for you. This one is brought to us by Lotham, and it's a story of Twig and Flea. They have been drawn together by their very interesting circumstances, again around poverty and family dysfunction. So there's a lot of exploration of hope and what constitutes hopelessness. There's the issue of the friendship between them, so that's explored, and there's this whole questioning of, what's loyalty? Can you believe someone? Can you trust them? Explored through this friendship. And really interesting story. I'll find you this chapter where we have Twig in the afterlife. The thing dropped from the sky, landed hard and sharp on Twig's shoulder. Twig yelped, grabbing at the thing and flinging it away. It cluttered to the path in an explosion of bones, and the stick figures wailed and ran in every direction. Twig's breath came in short, sharp gasps. Had he killed it? Whatever it was, could something ever be killed in the afterlife? What was a boned thing doing, attacking him, when everything was so lovely? And the bones began to shake, wobbling and wriggling, dragging themselves along the ground, piecing their bits back together, one bone at a time. First came the clawed foot bones, and then the legs. Then all 8 rib bones clattered together at once. Then the curved neck and the particularly sharp beak, and finally the bones of both wings clicked together, screwed their skull firmly in place, then folded themselves rather angrily across their chest. Twig found himself trapped in the glare of a skeleton bird. If a skeleton can be said to glare, which Twig decided it definitely could. "Well now," the bird said, one clawed foot trapped in displeasure. "That wasn't the kind of warm greeting I was expecting. It's lucky for you I'm not one to hold grudges, me." The skeleton hopped closer to Twig. "But I'm well glad I found you. I thought I'd gone and lost you, didn't I? What did you go and leave this meeting spot for? Didn't you read the sign? It's a spot for a meeting. The clues is in the name, see? I mean, I know I was a little on the late side, but it was only a minute, 5 at the most, maybe 10. But really..." "Sorry, I didn't see a sign for the meeting spot." Twig glanced at where the stick figures were dragging the rusty sign into the shadows. "Anyway, it's all well that ends well. Now, where was we? Oh yes, I am your guardian. Crook's the name, and how do you do? And shake hands, and we'll go home for breakfast." "Hi, Crook." "No, Crook. Copying me now. Crook. Oh, never mind. That'll do. I tell you now, you are lucky you got me. I'm the best guardian of the lot. I am. You won't remember all those times during your alive years that you saw a raven guiding you through the trials and tribulations of living, because of the forgetting that happens once you're, well, dead. But if I do say so, I was magnificent." The raven nodded at Twig and twirled proudly. Are you intrigued? You'll have to read the Lost Soul Atlas. I thought it was fantastic. Now my last one for today is, not that one, we read that one. Metal Fish, Falling Snow by Kath Moore. Who does these covers? They're just fantastic, aren't they? Now this one is, Kath Moore has worked with Text Publishing to bring us this one, so thank you very much to Text for allowing me to review. It's been said to be brilliant and breathtaking, which I agree, it's fantastic, and I recommend you put this on your to be read pile. There is another one around loss. So we had Dylan, who unexpectedly loses her mum, and she creates an unlikely bond with her mum's boyfriend, Pat. So it's warm and funny in parts. There's definitely some tearjerker moments. You'll need your tissue box. And it's that journey story of finding yourself in the face of grief. Let's have a look. Water is a miracle. What else can slip through your hands and crush you in 2 seconds flat? What else is soft and strong enough to carve patterns into stone? It regulates, generates, and lubricates body parts we didn't even know we had. Babies are 78% water when they are born. The older we get, the less we have. Right now, I'm only about 55%. It's all teenage girls have. But when I get to the sea, the salty air will fill my lungs up like a petrol pump, and maybe my numbers will change. Mum used to say that everyone's soul is connected to water because it's a life force. Even though Paris is a dirty city far from the ocean, the sea is always a passage home. Water is where the story begins and ends. A question chasing its tail for the answer. And what lies in the middle? Well, I'll save that for the car ride. Pat was right about that. It's a long trip. He locks up the house, flicking pieces of dry paint off the porch, stares at his hand and a few red specks caught under the nails. And I reckon that's all he's taken from this place. As I squint hard enough, I can see Barry standing tall in the field at the bottom of Novus Lane. Now you might think I'm silly for naming a tree. Wouldn't be the first time I've been called dumb as a stump or smart as a stick. Duncan Glover used to call me a tea bag. Takes a while for things to filter through. But Barry's not a regular tree. He's where I used to go and hide myself. Barry knows I'm going now. He knows what happened too. I hope you like that one too. Metalfish, Falling Snow. So today for Book Taster we've had Metalfish, Falling Snow, The Lost Souls Atlas, and How to Grow a Family Tree. I hope you like those ones. Don't forget you can pop them on hold on the public library catalogue, or you can pop into the Hammery Centre Library and grab a loan if you're super quick. I'll put them on the display shelves for you. Until I see you next time, have a great week. Enjoy your school holidays if you're on holidays, and we hope to see you in the library soon. Bye for now.